What's going on, everybody? This is Dave Mitchell here, and welcome back to Train episode 65. And, oh boy. If you probably read the title of the live stream, we're doing the wonders of PSR. So, yeah. And also, I talked to a friend about this. There are rumors of a possible railroad strike happening. Possible one. And the reason why I say that is because of what happened in Ohio. A lot of people who wanted the railroad strike to happen wanted to stop something like this from happening. So, yeah. So, something crazy right now. So, yeah. And it had to happen in Ohio. Like slag, like high L. But yeah. Let's see who is online. Because it's just crazy what's going on. Good. Did train derailment in. Hey man.
Yeah.
You doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing well, not too bad. I mean, it's a bit late. It's a bit late for a call, isn't it?
Well, it's about 10 o'clock my time, and I'm out doing the live stream. You heard about the train derailment in Ohio?
Yeah, kinda why?
Well, we could have stopped the train derailment.
Uh-huh.
We could have stopped it, but dang on Biden, with how he is, he kind of ruined that. Because he said stop the, railroad strike back in 2022, and now that this happened,
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'll be honest, if we had let that railroad strike happen, the train disaster in Ohio would never happen, It's technically the government fault for, siding with the class ones. Am I right about that?
Mm-hmm.
So how everything in the United Kingdom going?
It's going quite well. Bit chilly. I mean, it's a bit chilly. Everyone is asleep apart from me.
Any new Any new rail projects going on in the United Kingdom, or just normal?
Just normal. I haven't been to train station lately, so I cannot really say.
Oh, Brightline is getting ready to test their trains. They're getting ready to do the testing of trains from Miami to Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
So probably around this spring break, there will be train running from Miami to Orlando, and that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's gonna be crazy when that happens. And a lot of people are going to go bunkers over it, to be honest, because that is big, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
And it needs to happen, and the airlines are freaking out about it because, let's be honest, how everything is going, it kind of F for the airlines for Miami to Orlando,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Speaking of that, a lot of people are wanting to sue Norfolk Southern right now because of what happened in Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
It was only a matter of time before it happened. Am I right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It was only a matter of time. But, yeah. I'm probably going to going to check it right on, but let's be honest. It was going to happen, like, because it did not letting the railroad strike happen. A disaster was going to happen. It was only a matter of time or what, because a lot of people are saying because they, stopped the railroad strike from happening, that something bad was going to happen. And, 2 months later,
They always been saying that stuff. I think something's going to happen, and nothing has happened.
and something did today. And something did in Ohio, that train wreck, But yeah, that train wreck in Ohio was pretty bad, but yeah. And they're trying to say that they did not screw everything up, but water there did pretty messed up anyway, but yeah. Like I've been seeing videos of, the water pretty messed up with yikes, but yeah. But I probably should let you go to bed because it is, almost 1 in the morning there. Am I right?
Yes, you are right.
All right. Well, you have a night, man.
Yeah, thanks. And you.
You too. Later.
Yeah, later.
All right. That was our first guess. And yet it is already morning time in the United Kingdom. Like, hey, Belle, what time is it in the United Kingdom right now? Like, what time is it there? I'm at Belle.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
David.
Yeah?
Eating.
Being that I hear a train coming. And my mom will listening.
2:58 in the morning.
Ooh, so I will all by an hour.
Yeah.
Und ooh, that heavy freight train. Hey, Grip. Hey, bud, you doing good?
Can I help you, Dave?
Hey, do you remember the train derailment that happened 12 days ago in Ohio? Like,
Obviously.
I'm just going to bring it up. The government could have prevented that train accident if they had let the railroad strike happen, Am I right?
Right.
Like,
But at the same time, I'm glad the railroad strike didn't happen because, Dave, let's be real here. Everyone and everything is going to get affected one way or the other.
true, but to be honest, it was a double sword, It was a double sword, and and people are paying for all this stuff. Is the worker and the poor people, well, the rich ones get away. Am I right?
Oh yeah, what happened in East Palestine? It's going to cause there's going to be some huge fallouts from this.
Heck, well, Norfolk Southern are right now in damage control. Like, rumors are saying that Norfolk stock is starting to tank after the derailment, Like,
Jesus Christ, it's giving Penn Central a run for its money.
I know, and Penn Central was not that bad. Like, even though they did not take that much care of their track, they did not run it like Norfolk Southern did. Like, Jesus, Norfolk Southern, like. And here's the sad thing. If you go back over a decade ago to 2012, Norfolk Southern ranked number one at one of the safest railroads in the U.S. And it was that.
Now it all has to do with who's running the shit show.
Yep, and Jane is it that Norfolk Southern lost that title the same year that they started using PSR. Am I right? Like, Jesus Christ.
I don't think any of this would have happened if NS just didn't fuck everything up.
Exactly.
Bring back Conrail, for Christ's sake.
Dude, know what? Nationalize the rail system. Nationalize it. I don't give an F. We need to nationalize the rail system, you know? Like...
Yeah, because between all the different railroads, it causes a shit ton of friction.
I know.
Between the shipping rates, cost of everything.
And then let not forget that Union Pacific been trying to limit how much freight they will allow customers to run on their trains. Like, really? That bad, you know?
Even though Union Pacific is one of only 3 Class 1 railroads that are still in existence that were founded in the late 1800s and early 1900s that's still kicking. There's only 3 left. Union Pacific, Canadian Pacific, and Canadian National. That's it.
Thing is that CP is going to go the way around. Oh, don't forget about the KCS. KCS been around since the 1800s too.
Like, yeah, but KCS is going to be gone and going to be absorbed into the Canadian Pacific.
Canadian Pacific and KCS are actually merging, and they're actually going to change the whole name.
The Canadian Pacific, Kansas City. Yeah, it's a mouthful disaster.
It's a mouthful, but ironically, that means we have 2 fallen flags because CP is going to lose its name too, you know? Meaning it's going to be a fallen flag. You know what I mean?
Canadian Pacific is still going to be in the name. So, I'm just going to wait. I mean, frankly, Dave, I'll believe it when I see it.
I know, but they're crazy. Oh, what do you think about that commuter rail that the Finger Lake is thinking about doing up in Maine? You know the Finger Lake Railway?
Yeah.
They're talking about doing. They're talking about doing passenger rail up in Maine this summer.
Yeah. Like I said, that's another thing. I'll believe it when I see it.
Hey, well, if it happens, then that's going to be the second freight railroad in the United States that is doing passenger rail. Again, that is not government owned, like, like the Alaska Railroad. The Alaska Railroad is government owned, and, that road...
Wait. All right. Pump the brakes on for a bit. I know the Finger Lakes is trying to bring back passenger service. What other freight railroads trying to bring back passenger service?
Or check the Smart Railroad in California that it calls Smart?
Never heard of it.
It's a partner railway on the other side of San Francisco, right in winery country. And they did bought the freight railroad that run there, and they're going to be running freight now too, you know?
Oh, in the Napa Valley?
Yes.
Got it.
So, we got a new partner rail that did bought a freight railroad, so now it's going to be freight and partner, meaning the second one, you know? So, we're going to be starting to see a transition with railroads that are going to be doing passenger and freight again in our lifetime, you know?
Yeah, because I thought once Amtrak was started up, that was it.
Hey, well, I hate to say, partner rail is going to be making a comeback. I'm already seeing it in our lifetime, you know?
Yeah, I just hope that some rail company brings back passenger rail into Manchester and the state capital of Concord.
Oh, and let me get back to the PSR thing. Like, a lot of people are pissed. Like, even they are now even talking about doing another railroad strike now. Like, I did right now. Now there no way it's happened that railroad strike for happening this time with the train wreck that happened in Ohio.
Right.
So this time I think this railroad strike is going to be successful. There's no way they're going to stop it.
Right. But like I said, the other thing we're going to be running into is if they go on strike. My dad's seen this thing happen once back in the 90s with Conrail in Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, I know what happened. Conrail got bought by CXX and Norfolk Southern when they split it.
That is not what I'm referring to.
Ooh. What happened back in the 90s then?
My dad was telling me back in, I think it was 1997, Conrail workers went on strike, and half the trains that were in Worcester, they're all intermodal. Half the trains were just stayed there. They didn't have crews, so within like a week and a half, the strike ended and everyone went back to work. But what my dad was saying, it caused a lot of problems.
The 1997 and 98, same year that, Conrail was bought out by CXX and Norfolk Southern.
Correct. That is incorrect. Conrail finally fell in, if I remember correctly, it officially fell July 1st, 1999.
Oh, yeah, that right. That right.
Yeah, speaking of when the filings were put in place, that's what you might be thinking of, but Conrail didn't get bought.
Oh, yeah, it was the filing that I was thinking about. My bad. It was the filings. But I'll be honest. This is what I'll be honest about. Right now, the railroads are not doing so good,
No.
And, we had the warning, we had the warning from, the people who wanted to go on strike. We had the warning from them, and we should have took that serious. No one did, Everybody said, oh, stop the railroad strike. Let's be honest, if people knew what was going to happen in Ohio, if they knew that was going to happen, they would say, all right, let the strike happen,
Yeah. The worst rail disaster in U.S. history happened in Ohio, and yeah.
Yeah, and if you did think about it, every nasty train derailment that have changed rules either happened in Ohio or California,
Yeah, I'm starting to notice that trend too.
Like, if you remember, not PSR, but, PCC was made mandatory after the Chadworth train collusion back in 2008. You remember that?
Yeah, I was only 4 years old, but I remember it. I remember hearing about it.
Heck, I was 10 at the time. I was 10 years old when that happened.
Oh.
And then, I'm surprised, even though it wouldn't happen in Canada, I'm surprised that they did not make everything stricter, after the... You remember the Lac Mechanic train disaster?
After what happened with the Montreal, Maine, and Atlantic. I remember that.
That was a preempt, like, it was a Lac Mechanic 2.0. Did train derailment in Ohio a Lac Mechanic 2.0, but no fatality, thank God,
That we know of. But yeah, I remember the whole Lac Mechanic disaster, and shortly after that, that MMA had to rebrand itself.
I know, and thing is that even though they rebranded themselves, it did not save them in the end. They got bought up by CN, Like,
MMA, well, let me take you on a little let me give you a little history lesson. The MMA originally was the Bangor and a Rustic, but they sold the track. No, either Bangor and a Rustic or Navy Pacific originally. They sold the trackage off to the Montreal Main Atlantic when it was formed. It got renamed to the Montreal, no wait, the Central Main in Quebec, forwarding mark CMQ. Canadian Pacific rebought the trackage rights, and then officially took over the Central Main in Quebec in 2019, 2020.
It was 2020 when it happened. I hate to say it. If they had, did everything right, they could have made it. They could have made it, but they shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah, the conductor knew he messed up. He was trying to fix it, but the railroad told him no. Go home.
I know.
So the fault wasn't on the conductor. He knew someone was right, and he wanted to go back to change if he couldn't.
And Jane, in the end, he was one who got in trouble with the law, and he got fired. He got arrested too.
Yeah, like I said, that happened in 2013.
Yeah, that was 20.
Yeah, I was 9 years old when that happened. I remember that very well.
And I'll be honest, that was not right how he got screwed and the company got away with that.
The term "when in doubt, blame the new guy" is very, very apparent in that situation.
Mm-hmm. And what's crazy? I hate to say it. It did going to happen again with the people who operated the train, because what did say, and what I've been hearing, and what I talked to on the American Rail Club with Demetrius, is that what we heard is that the people who were operating that train, even the people inspected, said that train should have not left the rail yard. They said there was something not right with it, and then when it got to Ohio, bam, it happened.
Yeah, 20 miles before that train essentially blew up. 20 miles before that, they saw the train was on fire. There's video proof of that.
I know, and then
I'd say going through Alliance.
Yeah, Alliance, Pennsylvania.
Thank you. Not Ohio. The rail line that runs through Alliance, Ohio is PSR. But seriously, this...
And literally, the car that caused the derailment, literally, let me bring that up. The track inspector, the people inspect the train before they leave the rail yard, said that car should have been taken out at the consent, because they said there was something fishy and not right with that rail car. And what happened is it called them out a derailment. And heck, people are saying that they're getting chemical burns and everything, even though they cleaned up the derailment now.
Oh, I know. There's videos of people checking the water, and
the water source it polluted. The water source did get damaged, because I seen a video of someone throwing a rock in the water. Next thing you know, you see oily residue reflecting off the water. When water not infected, but it contaminated.
kind of like when someone tries to fill up a boat with gas and some of the gas gets in the water, something like that.
Yes, you could tell, and they were not far from the train derailment. And there were also a lot of fish dead. And the thing is that they're going to be probably for years pretty, chemically messed up, probably for 5 years. And, they're saying it's safe to go back. I did agree,
So if I remember correctly, it's kind of like the mini Chernobyl.
Technically, it is a mini Chernobyl, but not with not with nuclear radiation, but with
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 the chemical runoff and how it's going to cause the environment.
like I think did what a major catastrophe right here, and they're trying to cover up the full extent of it. I'll be honest, I think they're trying to cover up the full extent of it. And, the people of the town do have a right to sue Norfolk Southern, because they deserve to sue the company.
Yeah, for what Norfolk Southern did.
Heck.
Bring back, hey, let's bring it back to 1973.
Oh, God, Penn Central.
Hey, Penn Central did a better job of running trains than Norfolk Southern ever could.
To be honest, Norfolk Southern did run them good for a bit, and then, around 2012, we had PSR.
Let's not forget the great power purge of Norfolk Southern. That went over well.
Oh, I know. Because of that, they're now trying to rebuy locomotives, if you remember that.
I remember Norfolk Southern bought a couple SD70M-2s. I think they're really regretting getting rid of their SD Max because those things are powerhouses on wheels.
Not that they regretted getting rid of their, DAS 8s too,
Oh, I know. I mean, the
CXX, what are we rebuilding their DAS 8? You heard about that?
CSX?
Yeah. CXX is literally rebuilding their DAS 8 that they rebought from Pan Am into, tier 3 to tier 4 standards,
Yeah, they're trying to revamp them so that they could run them. Well, the standard cab dash 8s, I knew they weren't going to last very long because by 2016, pretty much every Class 1 railroad got rid of them.
Well, not CN. CN is still using them. Let's be honest. CN.
CN, the couple in active service. A lot of the CSX standard cab dash 8 either went to
Pan Am.
We're talking electric, and some went to the Pan Am Railways.
And you're fainting, though. Standard cab dash 8. CXX out rebuilding them. Heck, last year I caught a standard cab dash 8 on a CXX freight train M410. Literally caught
9280.
Yes. Like, it was same locomotive that they had in, that new article. The same one.
I remember hearing about that. Hell, the locomotive that was 9280 originally.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that all the time in Massachusetts.
Well, it's under a new number now anyway. I can't remember what it is. If I remember it 1830 now, if I'm right.
The standard cab dash 8?
Yes.
I gotta do some research, but I remember it was 7267. No, 7627. There we go.
But same one that was on that article, it's the same one I caught. And funny thing is that it was a complete rebuild, and it was brought up to, tier 4 standard, meaning CXX is now the next railroad that brought back standard cab dash 8s,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I do remember this. That way back when Pan Am acquired all those dash 8s, they were in a real tough spot because in the early 2000s, I remember this so damn well, my childhood. I was born in 2004, and the railroading scene in New Hampshire was
way different than it is now. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like, I know for a fact you had a lot more rail lines back in the day and also had a lot more variety when it came to locomotives, you know? And if I'm right, Tennessee and Wyoming did not have the railroads that it do now there. Am I right?
Yeah, Dave, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.
All right, you have a good one, Griffin.
You too, bro.
All right, that was Griffin right there. Oh, and also, I am bringing it up. I did talk to Dimitri about some of this up on his live stream the day before yesterday. For people who don't know, me and him did get into a deep conversation about this stuff, and we agreed on a lot of stuff. Like, Jesus Christ, like the rabbit hole. Like, went down through the rabbit hole, if y'all know what I mean. Like, literally, like, that train derailment in Ohio, that should have never happened. But because of greed, money, it happened. And the only people fault it is the class one and their PSR. They really dug themselves a hole. And they did not care. Like, literally, they did not care if they screwed up the economy. Like, literally, if I'll be honest, if this railroad strike had happened, we could have, stopped a catastrophe. Could have stopped a catastrophe from happening. But because of greed, and the railroad chain, it project when it did cloning to trying to cheat out the system. I don't think that's funny. Like, really, these people are just messed up in what they do. Like, they don't want to really help. They did want to screw up our rail system, take the money, and run with it. My point is that they're bad. And I'm not even kidding. Like, seriously bad. Like, it's to the point where it really is doing some harm to our national rail system. Like, pretty bad in a way. Like, also there was a train derailment last week here in South Carolina. Then there was one today in another place called Michigan. Like, Jesus Christ, train derailments are starting to pop up more and more. And the reason why is because of PSR, PSR are really not good for our country, and government need to put some law in and make it illegal. My point is, make PSR illegal. Like, that's my point. And because we are going down a rabbit hole that is not good because of PSR. Like, Jesus Christ. It's just crazy. Like, my God. The stuff that is happening, I don't agree with. Val Darden is saying. Hey, Val, you working on that rail fanning video?
David, no tickling, please. No.
I was going to ask, are you working on that train video?
Yeah, I'm waiting on them to upload to export.
All right,
Okay.
all right. I'm just curious, but it's crazy when you just think about it. Mm. But yeah, to be honest, I think Brightline is probably already sleeping. So yeah. Also, I'll be honest. It's something I'm going to say. I am looking forward to when not Amtrak, but Brightline start running trains from Miami to Orlando this year. That is big. All right, look like Brightline is sleeping. Oof. So it'll be. Chicago Rail fan is. Hmm. But the people who would be on the line right now probably sleeping. Probably would want to do week if y'all know what I mean. But it a weekend, it a Friday night meaning weekend. So yeah. Let's see. Check the chat. All right. But crazy. There we go again. Yeah, that right. People know what happened. 1 minute, everyone. But I'll be on. I am glad that Demetrius is back. You know, that one of the things that I'm glad with. Also, I do feel bad for my friend Elizabeth because she working for Norfolk Southern. So, oof. And with what happened in Ohio that week, that a yikes. So yeah. Damn, Ben account still been hacked. It's like that. I'll be honest. But we are, bro. Look like they're busy. So, oof. Technically, it is a late night anyway. So, yeah. It's a crazy to realize that my account was hacked. Like, if y'all remember, last month my account was hacked. I did get it back. So, yeah. But it was kind of bullcrap on what happened. But it's just been crazy. Hmm. Well, we only have two guys on tonight, so I'll be honest. It's always good to get some of the guys on, like Griffin. Like, it's always good to get him on. If y'all know what I mean. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys. To be honest, it was a tiring week. That's something I am going to bring up. Speaking of that, we got PO 98 about to pass the Palmetto. Or not Palmetto, Silver Meteor, I meant. Going by right now, meaning that already took a train in about 40 minutes. But it did been crazy on what's been going on. I mean, crazy. But yeah, let's try to see if we get Brightline on one more time, or is he probably sleeping? So yeah. But it's just crazy. Also, Val, you enjoyed your race? Val watching NASCAR on the side too. Look like yeah, he probably sleeping. I probably should not disturb him. So yeah. So but yeah, I'll be working with Joe tomorrow. Yeah, ironically, I am working tomorrow. I am going to bring that up. We worked Saturday and Sunday, so oof. I literally got to work both days, so I don't get a weekend. So yeah, but I'll be honest, the railroad strike is going to happen. The iron is hot. It's going to hit while the iron is hot. Also, there was a train for a truck a couple days ago here in Charleston. So that a yikes. So, heck, and about a week ago, the auto train hit a vehicle. So that twice. Ugh. I'm not gonna lie. The vehicle accident after vehicle accident happened. It did crazy, but I'll be honest, something crazy happening. Now, I do think we're going to get a lot more Class 2 or regionals, and probably more Class 3s too this decade, so we might be getting a lot more pop-ups. So that's a good thing. With I hope everything go well with that. So yeah. Yeah. Surprised that Karima did not message me. But it's been crazy time to be live. I mean live right now, if y'all know what I mean. So yeah. It seems like mostly everybody is busy or sleeping. So yeah, like literally. Also, I've been following other big YouTubers, like I normally do. Like it's crazy when you just think about it. Like some of the craziest stuff that are happening, it's just bonkers. Like train derailment here, train derailment there. Like my God, it's a crazy. Heck, even when I was talking to Griffin, he even agreed. So yeah, but hopefully we do get some change, but everything's going to get worse before it get better. I'm just going to bring that up. But we are getting close to hitting rock bottom before we start going up. We have not hit rock bottom yet, but we are close. We are close to getting going to be hitting rock bottom. Probably before the end of the year, maybe next year when it comes to our rail system. So we have not hit it yet, but we're probably going to soon. So that's going to be crazy. So yeah, I'm going to see what else. But yeah. Now, one thing I am going to bring up, I'm probably going to have to do the live stream during the work week when it comes to fan the train because the weekends now. So that probably going to be a little crappy. But yeah, move that over. Sorry guys, it's distracted, but it's just been crazy with what's been going on railroad and injury now. About it. Also, Amtrak. I hope Amtrak take the opportunity too with some of their victories. So yeah, like it's just crazy with Amtrak and what they're doing with it's finally good. So yeah. Now I hope y'all and or not. I will go on for another 12 minutes. Let's get them Amtrak stuff out of the way. Amtrak is making them big steps, but it crazy like Amtrak is putting their foot down and literally doing stuff and actually doing chat moves. Like I remember last year when they did that chat move. Like my God, that was beastly. You know, like they literally kind of screwed CXX over. Like CXX kind of got screwed over because of that. And heck, the Class 1 railroads are not going to do good at that rate. Like, what are we? Sorry. I'll be honest. The Class 1 railroad, they're pushing their buttons in what they do. And what happened in Ohio, we're probably going to see a lot more of that, but we are probably going to get worse before we get better. We have not hit rock bottom yet, but we are on the road up to hit rock bottom. So something going to get more shitty before it get better. So yeah. We are going to be probably hitting it probably this decade. Before the end of this decade, we're probably going to hit rock bottom, and then after that, everything going to start going right up after that. It probably what's going to happen. So yeah. So we're probably going to have that happen in a way. Right, that I got to have Discord. It. They're my old high school classmates. Oof. That's it crazy when you did think about it. Of course, Sakari Gorell fan. You know what? We'll have Sakari Gorell fan as our third guest. And they'll watching Roma Army again. So you're about to get your first time on in a while, Sakari Gorell fan. Hey, Sakari Gorell fan, pick up the phone. Or check with. Go on Discord. I'm calling you right now. If the Cargo Road fan don't call, then we're probably going to end the live stream anyway because. Oh, there he is. Yeah, you're here. Like,
don't be here. What you do?
I'm immune to it, son of a gun. I'm immune to it. Hey.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, it's me too. I'm ready to try it.
But Chicago Rail fan, this is what I'm going to be on about. The train derailment in Ohio, it only the beginning, you know? Am I right?
Well, I know you took a tweet from the stream.
I was watching RA.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they already know, Val. But it only the beginning. Like literally, I do see more stuff happening. Like we have not hit rock bottom yet in our rail system, but we're probably going to hit it soon. You know.
What are you talking about? Have you not seen any other derailments going on around the country? One just happened in Detroit. It's already happening.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be saying it's gonna happen. It's already happening.
No. I know it already happening, but we have not hit the super rock bottom yet. You know. Like we're probably going to hit a super hard rock bottom before the end of this decade. Probably this year at this rate, you know? But we did have a Lock Mechanic 2.0 in Ohio. Knew that was going to happen. I knew we were going to have a train.
Wait, hold on. I'm going to leave for a second. I'll be right back.
All right. So Cargo Rail fan are going to be right back. But it's something I'm going to laugh at. I knew it was going to happen sometime or later that we have a Black Mechanic 2.0. Ironically, this one was not as big as what happened in Black Mechanic Canada. But it was up there. And luckily no one died in this. That was a miracle. But, yeah. My point is that we need to think about it. A lot of people don't realize this stuff. But, yeah. All right. You're back? But Chicago Railway did what I'll be on about. I think the government is pissed now, you know?
Mhm.
Because a lot of people did warn that it was going to happen, you know? But no one wants to listen. Am I right?
Yeah.
So that a big oof. You know what I mean?
But yes.
But good God, we're going to see a lot more train derailment. Like we're going to see a lot more of them. I'm already putting my foot down and saying that we're going to see a lot more. You know. But yeah. Now, what do you have planned for tomorrow? So, what do you have planned for tomorrow on Saturday? Probably just going to chill around the house and do nothing. Because you're probably going to be lucky because I got to work tomorrow. Oof.
I got auction day.
Oh, that right. You got auction.
Mhm.
So you got to get ready to go to bed real soon.
Not sure.
But yeah, oh, all right. Well, you have a good night. Well, that was the Chicago Rail fan for y'all.
Mhm.
But yeah. But it did crazy when you did think about it. Like some of the craziest stuff right now, and didn't think that I'll be on about. And it's a crazy like we're going to see a lot more train wrecks because of PSR
Excuse me?
before everything get better, if y'all know what I mean. And that I do mean. Like, it going to get crazy, and I mean real crazy, before everything settled down. And if you all remember last year on some of my live stream, I did brought up that I received Norfolk Southern or BNSF going. For like I literally said that I would have been seeing them two railroads probably going before everything go under, you know? Before the rail systems start getting back up. And well, I guess, Norfolk Southern are probably one that are probably going to go. BNSF will probably be second or CXX. But Gina, I don't think CXX might go second because, be honest, CXX have saved their behind, and more than likely they might survive it barely, but might make it through. Union Pacific, they're the outlier that I think might really get messed up. Heck, I would not be surprised at it, but we all find out in the next couple of years. But yeah. Let's see. But the thing is that the train derailment in Ohio was the only at the beginning. It might be partially the tipping point, but it only at the beginning, you know? But it was a like mechanic 2.0. So, yeah. That's 8. But crazy. But it did great. Now, we do got 10 minutes before 11, so I gotta get ready to end the live stream. But I hope y'all enjoyed and found what we would talk about. Crazy, all that. But I hope everybody spreads word around. Now, I hope everybody have a great weekend. I hope everybody had a great Friday night and looking forward to Saturday. And I'll talk to y'all later. Have a night, everyone. Bye, guys.